Hey guys, Jesper here. Back to do Tartarus again. Today we're going to be looking at level 2. This is where the maze actually starts, and it's so much twisting and turning and up and down and back and forth that I couldn't really lay it out in a 2D format. So since the last video, I went ahead and modeled Tartarus in 3D, and I might bring that up from time to time to show you, to reference where we're at and give you a better idea of how we're getting from point A to point B possibly. But I just wanted to show you around. From what I have seen, there are 5 different spawn rooms in the dungeon, so we'll hit all those. There's one I guess boss in the level 2 area, which is an elite skeleton. Pretty painful for me to solo. I'll give it a shot, but I might save that for later. It will probably be the first room I show off, just because I know it's an important room for people and it's really easy to get to from the entrance. And besides that, there are zombies, wisps, and oozes down here. The oozes are the highest level things in there, and they run incredibly fast. Also, they do an incredible amount of damage, so be cautious around them, you know. I currently run away from them most of the time because the yonks still are wonky and I don't really want to mess with them. So if I see them, I might just avoid them. The good news is the route that I usually run down here to farm, I can avoid those slimes altogether. So hopefully the devs don't hear that and change anything to make it more difficult, but I'll show you how to do that, which is kind of nice. Let me show you the map that I have. Let me see if I can bring it up here. Okay. So this is Tartarus from the entrance. This little reticle thing here is where you start. This is where we start, where we zone in at. And as you can see now, the 2 choices that fork off from that main room, they just go down to this little guy down here. There's some elves that patrol this whole loop, up and down. And then this is the alligator pit right here. And you can also find the alligators up here right now because they're glitchy for some reason. But from the entrance, if you want to get to level 2, you just go down straight ahead in the first room. You break this wall, by the way, and then go up, just follow the right hand wall, go to the right, go up, go to the right, go right at the first choice, and then in this hallway there's a secret door right here, and that leads down to level 2. Right here, it's a long hallway down, goes all the way down here, and you're presented with a fork at the first choice. So that's where we'll be headed shortly. Just to recap on level 1 though, before we get going, since you can see it now in 3D, this is the main room that you first come into. There will be a patrol that comes through that area, and then from there you can head over to, this is the really big fighting room that they have. And then there's some really high level elves over here, and some of them I believe actually just patrol out to the main hallway here and back. And then there's also you go down this path, this is the way to level 2, and over here is the barracks room with some low level elves, but a lot of them. And then the officer room for the elves is right here, and the mushrooms are here. So what we're going to do now is go down to level 2. I'm going to show you that first fork that we come into. Where are we at here? Let me see. There we go. Okay, so we come down, and what I like to do is go left first, because this brings me to my favorite room, the one with a million zombies, and I'm fire, so that's great. So you're going to see that first. So I'm going to go left and go up this ramp here and over, and then once I hit the wall, it doesn't really matter if I go left or right, because the zombie room, I can enter from there, or I can enter from, oh come on, get the perspective right, I can come down the hall to the left and it loops into the same room. This is a giant room. You never really want to leave this door, and both of these doors are the same, so there you have it. A lot of zombies in there, and from this room is where I can do my loop. I go down to this other spawning room right here. And I'll show you how to get to that. There's one coral slime in here, but he patrols only in that direction, so he never comes back this way. If you just wait for 20 seconds, he takes off, kill the wisps, kill the zombies, head back up in the same direction you came from, but then come down here to this room over here. This is another one with only wisps in it. And this is my loop. I go from here back to the big zombie room. So it's pretty simple. I like it. Gets the job done, right? Besides that, there's two other rooms. This is the big skeleton room right here. I'll show you how to get to that. It's real simple. You just go straight once you hit the second floor, and you're there pretty much. And then there's one more spawning room. This one I didn't complete modeling because it just loops back in over near the big skeleton room here. But with the measurements I did being kind of wrong, it got really messy, so I just left it out. There's a tunnel that comes off over here, and it basically loops back up and into the middle right there. But I never go down there because it's a bunch of booze. Not fun. Yeah, so that's level 2. There's 5 spawning rooms. I hit this one, and this one on my normal loop. And I'm going to show you that right now, and I'll show you the rest of the maze too, and how to avoid the traps, like dead ends that are everywhere. There's dead ends all over the place. They just come up constantly. If you go the wrong way, you'll get really frustrated because they just everywhere's a dead end, and there's one zombie there, and it constantly chases you. So right? Anyway, let's get back to the game. Alright, let me throw some buffs on real quick, and we'll get headed down there. I think this place is ideal for mages, especially once you get to a high enough level that your damage starts to do some good amounts, which might take you a while, so bring your group. Alright, this is level 2. It's giant sewer maze. There's 3 choices. I like going this way, which leads to a lot of zombies. It's the closest room. The straight path, this is the one down to the skeleton room. And this way leads to the first ooze room. So I never like to go that way. Don't go that way. So let's show you the skeleton room. You come in from the upstairs, just run straight. Just follow, just keep running. You can't really do anything. You're going to be presented with an option right here. You can go straight, or you can turn right. Turn right, you notice that there's a long hallway. I think that light at the end is supposed to be fixed, but here, let's run around the way most people do. Night vision. You turn to the right and you can see, oh yeah, it looks like a room over there. Run in, a lot of zombies. Skeletons, there's a big guy in the middle. I'll come back and try and fight him later, but I don't want to die right now. Oh, yep, and there's a patrol. Hopefully I don't die to that. Let's see if I can get away. Oh, I did get away. If any devs end up watching this, just so you know, there is a problem with pets running up and down ramps, and other NPCs, such as the oozes, cannot go up and down ramps, so I can get away from them easy that way. The zombies and wisps seem to go up and down them pretty good, though, so that's not an issue. Okay, sorry. I should go back to the beginning and explain where I went. And let me turn off this atrocious. There we go. Okay, so this is the entrance when you come in. I'm going to go to the left. You come up, you're presented with an option. You can go right. That's a big maze. You can go left. Pretty simple. You end up in 1 or 2 rooms, and both of them have what you're looking for. So I go down to the end of this hallway. This is a loop. It comes up here, and you're presented with a left or a right. I'm going to go to the right, and you'll see there are zombies. Lots and lots of zombies. They just keep coming. Lots and lots of zombies. Okay, I think I have found all of the zombies. Let's light them up. So my fire is pretty good. It makes this pretty easy for me at this point. But there's a lot of these guys, and if I get close, let me just let them touch me a little bit. Just watch my health. It just melts. So be very, very careful around these guys. They also seem to do a lot of damage to my focus when they start ganging up on me like that. Okay, now that they've been running through this fire for a bit, let me start charging on my fireball and getting rid of these guys. These zombies do drop a generous amount of corpse wax and rotting flesh, which is very nice. They seem to not really have much else in the line of loot, except for once in a while they drop obsidian chips, but they also do have a very rare artifact. Oh, and they have drudge leeches too. I think fishermen would be pretty interested in that. I've never seen any bags or other random artifacts dropped from these guys. They do have crowns once in a while. And the new artifact that they drop is the zombie skin belt, which is plus death attunement. It comes in the 4 levels. The base level, I believe, is plus 15. The legendary level of the belt is plus 25. I might be off on the numbers, but I believe that's what it is. Okay, so once you've killed all the zombies off in here, you notice how big this room is. This is where we came in, and if we go out that door, we could get presented with a maze choice. We also have a second door here. This one actually is the same as the one that we just came in. I'll show you that in a minute. And we have this door over here. This leads to really not a good place. It loops into a maze that kicks out in another part of the dungeon that you can get to a lot easier if you don't go this way, or it leads to the giant skeleton room from an upper elevated level, and jumping in there is harder to defend yourself, so not the best way to get to that room either. So let's go back and I'll show you the second room in my loop. So leaving out this door, I can run around. I'm going to be presented with a choice of going to the right, or I can go straight. If I go straight, I get another choice, right or straight. This is the zombie room. So those two doors connect in the same part of the maze. Straight, or I can go back to my first choice, right? And then right away you're presented with another choice. Well, this is a square. Don't worry about it. It'll seem confusing the first 100 times you go through it, but it's just a square. So I've eliminated all of my choices. They're fake choices, right? I just left the zombie room. I come to the first real choice, which is this one, which quickly goes down. If I go down here, I see some wisps, zombies on the floor, and a giant ooze. So I'm going to stay hidden until that ooze goes through that other door. This will happen every time as long as you don't ever get his attention. If you get his attention, you gotta run past him down his loop and hope he follows you but does not kill you. And then you can loop back around through the maze and end up on this side again, and he should continue his patrol next time you see him. Alright, so this is the second room. There's wisps here, and there's zombies. Wisps are the real reason why you want to be down in this part of the dungeon. They drop nothing most of the time, one little gem fragment, and that is it. No other loot. know, I've never seen a crown off of them either. Not to say that that can't happen. But they have one artifact that they do drop, and that's the Savage Sash of Swiftness. And curse the devs for using that name. Really good belt, 10% attack speed and 0.8% move speed at its common level. I don't know what any upgrades are for that, but they are hard to get and very worth it seems. Now, the wisps are what actually make the zombies more dangerous, because the wisps don't actually attack outright, but they debuff your damage resistance, which is painful because these zombies do a lot of damage already. And they also have two other spells that they cast. One is Confuse, which makes it more likely that you're going to hit a zombie. And the other is Mesmerize, which makes you unable to perform any action. You can still play your instrument, so now's the time to hit that health point and mana regen. You can't do any actions for 10 seconds or until you get hit by something, which could be a horde of zombies, which is ouch. So, we just finished this room, and we're presented with three choices. Well, we have that way, this way, and the way we came in, right? This is back to the entrance. And this leads into a loop and over to the skeleton room or other places. But it's a confusing mess, and the slime patrols that way, as you saw. So not a good option. Let's go back the way we came. Actually, yeah, let's go back to the way we came. Okay, I'm gonna go back up.